Obviously, every show we talk about rates, we talk about inventory levels, how that's impacting the current market, the current local market right now. So can you share just a little bit since last month how we have done?
Yeah, actually, since the last month, we've stayed pretty flat. We fluctuated around 2% up and down over the last few weeks between both available sales inventory and available rental inventory. So I think that, that's a positive sign in my eyes. And one of the reasons being is, you know, ob- if you've listened to the previous podcast, we were very much anticipating these rate drops coming.
Yeah.
And we were also anticipating, how is that going to affect, the public sentiment towards, their confidence in things, and is this going to increase demand on the buyer's side? And I think with everything that, was just explained with the government being shut down and all of these extra things that really weren't considered or put into what we were thinking earlier, that's kind of slowed this demand. Um, on the other side of it, one of the things that I was a little bit concerned with was going to be the added inventory, because in
Hmm.
Arizona, I mean, the summer's very slow when it comes to real estate sales because of the heat. There's not a lot of buyer demand, and a lot of sellers that aren't in that desperate position to sell, they're going to hold off, and they're usually going to go ahead and put their home on the market come September, October. We also saw a lot of homes leave the market um, in June and July that went
Hmm.
to rentals and or saying, hey, we're going to wait for the summer to end. So
Yeah.
that's where I was kind of saying, ooh, that's a little bit, we might see a surge in inventory, but it should be well, balanced by this anticipated demand. Well,
Hmm.
seeing that the demand isn't is demandy, if that's a word, is not as much there as we anticipated. Um, that made me a little nervous, but then at the same time, we haven't seen this added inventory being added. So
Hmm.
I think that's very, very interesting. I think a lot of the people that did maybe take their homes off the market either got them rented or decided, hey, we're not going to put them back on. But there wasn't also a lot of people that are putting them on. So what this does tell me that once this demand does kick in, which it will, it's inevitable. If inventory stays the way that it's going, we could see things decrease on an inventory front rather quickly,
Hmm.
and that could definitely kind of push us more towards a seller's market, kind of shake things up, and probably get that buzz on the street that, hey, maybe this is time to buy.